Tonight on The Late Show, Dave welcomes the always funny Chris Rock. Plus, the top 10 reasons the national crime rate is down. Tonight on Dave. First, your local news.
At least 3 people dead, millions in the dark. A path of destruction lines the Atlantic coast. Live team coverage of Tropical Storm Isabel and everything you need to know as it gets closer to Pittsburgh. Plus, some local schools already canceled for tomorrow. We have the complete list at the bottom of your screen.
Now, KDKA-TV News at 11.
And this live look at Storm Tracker, you're looking at the front end of Tropical Storm Isabel. A huge band of rain is moving through right now. It's west of Pittsburgh. KDK's Jeff Rosella will tell us what to expect over the next few hours in just a moment. What a day. Isabel tonight has been downgraded to a tropical storm, but clearly it is not over yet.
We are seeing a lot of images tonight, a lot of images like these.
Perhaps the good news here in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, is the storm will not be as strong as they first thought it would be. But the bad news is that it's going to come right over top of us here.
Over the East Coast are fighting the wind, trying to give us up the second coverage. And tonight, this is what's left behind. A path of destruction spanning hundreds of miles, at least 3 deaths, millions without power. And high winds are certainly an issue in our area as well. A live picture right now from Lawrence County. This is one of the areas that's preparing for the worst tonight. They've had so much rain there all summer. They're expecting a lot of flooding in the next few hours. And we will have local live team coverage of Isabel's path straight ahead.
But first, when Isabel hit land, it absolutely pummeled North Carolina's beaches. And tonight, there is a path of destruction along the coast. CBS correspondent Manuel Gallegos has more from Kill Devil Hills.
Well, tonight we're still getting tossed around a bit by the tropical wind and rain from Hurricane Isabel, but the worst of the storm has passed by us here in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. And with the exception of generator power that we have and maybe some other people have, and the occasional beacon light of a police cruiser passing by, this area is in total darkness. With no power, damaged buildings and homes, and debris everywhere, North Carolina's Outer Banks are far from the quaint, hospitable places they were 2 days ago.
I've been here over 30 years, and I would say this is probably the worst blow we've had.
In the evening, as the worst of the hurricane had passed, residents came out from hiding for their first look. They found a flooded mess. Even the Kitty Hawk Pier, which had withstood so many storms before, was torn apart.
Whatever you're dealt with, you just deal with it.
Residents who stayed to ride out the storm were worried by its strength and relieved when it finally began to calm down.
This is the worst one I've ever stayed in.
Isabel's winds were forceful and relentless. The storm was about the size of Colorado. Hurricane-strength winds stretched 115 miles around the eye, which was unusually wide. Fortunately, the ocean surge was only 4 to 5 feet in most places, not as high as predicted. But the pounding waves were enough to destroy some oceanfront homes, the price for living so close to the unpredictable forces of nature. We are hearing about 3 fatalities from this storm so far, 2 of them apparently in North Carolina and 1 in Virginia, although we don't have any details of what may have happened. This storm is now expected to make its way north and break up eventually over Canada, and at first daylight in the morning, it should be calm enough for residents to come back and have a look at what may have been left behind. That's the latest from Kill Devil Hills. I'm Manuel Gallegos. Now back to you.
After Isabel finished with North Carolina, that storm headed straight for Virginia. We have some pictures just back from historic Richmond. Trees down all over the place, and tonight officials are braving the winds. They're going door to door, telling people to evacuate if they have not already left. More than 1 million people are without power tonight. CBS correspondent Jennifer Donlin is in Virginia Beach tonight, and she will join us with a live report coming up.
All right, time to find out what the local impact of all this is tonight. KDK's Jeff Rosella is tracking Isabel. He has the latest from AccuWeather right now. Jeff.
Nice combination coming together tonight in that the storm itself is weakening very quickly, and at the same time it is picking up forward speed. We're still on the northern flank of this system, and you can see a band of some heavy rain across Ohio right now. And we're into a bit of a dry slot, if you will. But as we expand the picture and take a look at the Doppler radar, you will see there's quite a bit of rain still down toward the south. And you can see that swath of rain across West Virginia, and down into North Carolina. That is going to be lifting due north overnight tonight. So that's going to put us in a sector of some steady, heavy rains after midnight tonight and probably lasting through mid to late morning tomorrow. That said, we still are under a flood watch in effect until 10 p.m. tomorrow night for the potential for heavy downpours on top of already saturated soils, and a wind advisory is in effect until noon on Friday. As of the top of the 11 o'clock hour, winds have picked up significantly, sustained at about 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts in the neighborhood of 25 to 30 miles an hour, and that wind will be continuous overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. As far as local impacts, rain amounts still in the neighborhood of 2 to 4 inches. The higher amounts, closer to 4 inches, will likely occur in the highlands to the east, while most areas in and around the greater Pittsburgh region probably closer to that 2-inch mark, and sustained winds can be expected through mid to late morning tomorrow of 20 to 30 miles an hour with some possible gusts up near 50 miles an hour. That's the latest on how Isabel is going to affect us. Much more in your AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a couple of minutes, including what's to come after Isabel leaves tomorrow night. We'll look ahead to the weekend. Stick around for all the details. Patrice?
Okay, Jeff. Well, several local schools are delaying classes for tomorrow. We will have a complete list for you that'll be rolling along the bottom of your screen. And as Jeff reported, we are expecting wind to be a problem in Westmoreland County. People are bracing for that, as well as flooding. David Highfield is live now with their story. David?
Well, Patrice, we're actually inside the Home Depot store in Hempfield Township, and you might call this the hurricane section or the tropical storm section. They have moved everything you could possibly need to the front of the store. They have flashlights here, more flashlights, sump pumps right here. Over here they have a wet vac. Over here, a rain slicker, some plastic sheeting, duct tape. Duct tape's good for most everything, boots, and they have sandbags. They told me today at this store, they sold 40 to 50 sandbags. The Sarson family lives 100 feet from Loyalhanna Creek, and they don't know what to expect from Isabel.
Probably some water in the backyard. We're very lucky. We have never, knock on wood, gotten water in the house.
It's just a matter of see what happens and hope for the best.
And then we've got the plastic and the duct tape that seem to be the big sellers today.
At this Home Depot in Hempfield Township, they're telling customers they can come back if they need shelter, since they'll be open all night. Jim Ricco came here for a few last-minute things.
I got some flashlights and some duct tape and a couple floodlights and everything, just in case the power goes out.
Speaking of power going out, take a look at the shelf of generators here, nearly empty because of customers from hundreds of miles away.
People were driving from Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach area. They drove up, they called us, asked us if we had generators, and drove here, and we're actually waiting in the parking lot.
We've gone outside here, outside the Home Depot store in Hempfield Township to show you what the weather is like right now. We're going to zoom in on some of the trees down here. About 10 minutes ago, there were some pretty strong wind gusts. It seems to have calmed down a little bit now. And as far as rain here tonight, it's been raining off and on all night. About 20 minutes ago, it was raining pretty hard here. And right now, there's no rain. Reporting live in Westmoreland County, David Highfield, KDKA-TV News.
One area that can't afford any more rain, Lawrence County. And now with the remnants of Isabel fast approaching, it could see more flooding tonight. Jessica Borg is live with what's going on there. Jess, tell us.
Well, Patrice, over the last hour or so, we've seen the rains pick up, die down, pick up again. At this moment, not much coming down. The same thing goes for the winds. Now, right now, not real storm damage to report, but we can tell you that people in this area are taking these storm warnings very seriously. That's because, as you mentioned, over the past few months, many areas here in Lawrence County have been hit especially hard with heavy, heavy rainfall. It's been drizzling on and off in this area all night, and here in Lawrence County, people are preparing for the worst.
It's busier than normal. People just, in a storm or even in the wintertime, they just want to get out and avoid the bad weather.
At this Newcastle supermarket, customers are stocking up on the necessities.
But I do have to say, I did buy a candle, just in case of the power. And I usually don't buy candles at all, so I did buy that.
Local firefighters are also ready. They've been checking out weather reports online.
We have some low-lying areas where the water seems to lay, and people just want to drive through high water, and they get their cars stuck. And in case that happens, we'll be there.
That's just part of the county's overall plan.
Our problem is if we get anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 inches of rain, we're so saturated now because of the past storms and the past weather conditions that we don't think our ground is going to hold it or accept it quickly, so we expect a lot more flash flooding.
Now, the county commissioner tells me all week they've been preparing for this storm, making sure schools and nursing homes, for example, are properly equipped and well staffed. We should mention that the brunt of this rainfall will take place in just a few hours from now, about 3 o'clock this morning, and will likely affect school openings. So that is something we'll keep an eye out for. That's the latest from Lawrence County tonight. I'm Jessica Bohr, KDKA-TV News.
Thanks, Jess. Now, Governor Rendell's declared an emergency. Coming up next, he has a warning for everyone in Pennsylvania tonight. Plus, long before the rain started here, crews were getting ready. Find out what they've done to keep you safe when the worst comes. Maybe just hours from now. Both stories next. Tomorrow, starting at 5, are you worried about going into debt? Before you call up a debt counseling company, Yvonne Zanos has a consumer alert that could end up saving you money. And then if you like to exercise, you'll want to see this. Dr. Maria with a health team investigation on a new shirt you need to see to believe. Tomorrow on KDKA-TV News, starting at 5.
Why is Kenny Ross the best place to buy a used car?
Because Kenny's used cars are green pup.
And Kenny Ross is the #1 quality certified used vehicle dealer in Pennsylvania. Announcing the Kenny Ross Inventory Elimination Sell-Off. Right now, our used car and truck inventories are at an all-time high, so prices are at an all-time low. Hurry in now. Absolutely any reasonable offer will be accepted. Kenny Ross with 5 locations in Irwin, Somerset, Cranberry, and Castle Shannon.
Walt is spending some time with his 2 uncles.
Maybe I should have called first.
And it's going to be a summer
Nice doggy.
he'll never forget.
Is it okay if I watch television?
Ain't got one.
No television?
Hey! No TV. Michael Caine, Robert Duvall, and Haley Joel Osment.
Who do you think you are? Just dumb kid. Don't kill him.
Secondhand Lions, directed by Tim McCandless.
You're gonna have to start acting your age.
Rated PG. Starts Friday.
Tomorrow, your child's getting fat. It's a national epidemic, but you can stop it. Don't believe it? You will after you wake up to The Early Show, the fastest growing network morning news program.
This is KDKA-TV News at 11 with Patrice King Brown, Ken Rice, and your AccuWeather forecast from Jeff Verzeller.
Governor Ed Rendell's declared a state of emergency. Now, the worst of Isabel hasn't hit us yet, but when it does, it could dump 9 inches of rain in some areas, most of those areas well east of Pittsburgh. Tonight, though, the governor delivered this warning on KDKA-TV News at 5.
We don't want people to panic, but we also don't want people to think that this is just going to be fun and games. If people don't have to drive, they shouldn't. They should take everything in from inside so it doesn't blow around and hit other people. They should prepare. They should get flashlights and batteries.
And PennDOT has its own warning. Road crews are out already preparing for any damage. PennDOT says if you have to go out, don't drive through flooded areas. Watch out for downed power lines, trees, and any other debris on the road. And slow down if you see emergency crews working, and don't pass until they let you.
We are also keeping a close eye on our power companies. Allegheny Power says it's ready to respond, stocking up on supplies and working with other companies just in case Isabel knocks out a large power grid. Duquesne Light has already activated its storm response team, and Penn Power has been moving employees and equipment since Monday. A spokesperson from the parent company First Energy tells us they have nearly 2,000 employees on standby.
Allegheny County is ready too. Emergency officials spent the morning getting last-minute details in place. Officials are most concerned tonight with the Mon and Yaak rivers. People who live in flood-prone areas like West Elizabeth were out buying extra food and supplies. In the meantime, 10,000 sandbags are ready to be filled for whichever township or whichever area needs them first. Westmoreland County, they're watching spillways and creeks like these. Greensburg workers put sandbags around city buildings, and the U.S. Geological Survey watched the recording gauges to make sure the creek levels didn't get too high.
One of the areas hardest hit tonight, Virginia. At least one person has died and millions are in the dark. We'll have a live report from Virginia Beach coming up. Plus, everything has stopped at the nation's capital tonight. A unique look at how the city is preparing for their overnight weather. And KDKA's Jeff Verzeller will have the latest watches and warnings for us coming up in your exclusive AccuWeather forecast.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Johnson. Find everything you need today?
I sure did, Pete.
See you soon.
Save on Hagen Premium Ice Cream and Gold Medal All-Purpose Flour during our Buy One, Get Two free sale. Foodland, close to home.
This means a direct 10% pay cut from what I'm accustomed to bringing home. The loss of overtime changes the plans that we've made for retirement and putting the kids in school.
In Washington, President Bush is proposing new rules that benefit large corporations by stripping up to 8 million Americans of their right to overtime pay. Visit our website and call your member of Congress today. Tell them to stand up for working families and block the Bush overtime pay cuts.
It truly affects the quality of your life.
Hey, Joe, stuff sure looks fresh.
You bet it is, Pete. Get seedless grapes just 79 cents a pound, plus Foodland doubles coupons up to 99 cents every day. Foodland, close to home.
The AccuWeather Advantage is brought to you by Jeep.
Like summer, the 2003 model year is coming to an end. But there's still time to get great deals on an 03 Jeep Liberty. Like 0 payments for 6 months with 0 down. Or take advantage of 0% APR financing. Or get up to a $1,750 cash allowance, which includes $750 for military personnel. Plus, get our 7-year, 70,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So zero in on the savings before summer ends. Hurry to your Jeep dealer today.
Welcome back to KDKA-TV News.
As we continue to prepare for Isabel, the U.S. Geological Survey is warning about possible dangers of landslides. State and federal agencies are on the lookout tonight for slides in the mountainous regions of Maryland, West Virginia, New York, and here in Pennsylvania. The soil is already wet in many of those areas and may not be able to withstand the storm. Isabel's leaving a lot of people stranded in our area tonight at Pittsburgh International Airport. Earlier today, the airport canceled over 150 flights that were headed to the East Coast. Airport officials say they are preparing just in case any aircrafts have to defer to our airport. And for up-to-the-minute information on the flights in and out of Pittsburgh International, you can log on to our website at KDKA.com.
Like Pittsburgh, Washington, D.C. won't feel the full effects of Isabel for another couple of hours. There, they could see as much as 6 inches of rain, and officials have already locked up. With the waters of the Potomac River expected to become fierce, the flood walls went up. The ground already drenched from a rainy summer. Flooding is a major worry. Federal workers were told to stay home today. The city's subways shut down. Mass transit came to a halt. Amtrak canceled trains. Washington airports are all but closed and more than 1,000 flights grounded. Saving the animals is job one at the National Zoo. Banners came down, protective walls went up, and some of the animals, including the bald eagles, were brought inside. Preserving history is a top priority. Robert E. Lee's mansion at Arlington National Cemetery is boarded up tight for the first time in memory. And across the street from the Washington Monument, workers shored up the World War II memorial, still under construction. One thing that remains steadfast, the Army Sentinel that keeps a 24-hour vigil at the tomb of the unknown soldier will stand guard even at the height of the storm.
Another state hit hard by Isabel, Virginia. There is at least 1 death reported there tonight. A driver was killed on I-95 near Richmond. CBS correspondent Jennifer Donlin is braving the storm tonight from Virginia Beach.
Late this evening, President Bush declared Virginia a federal disaster area. National Guard soldiers are now moving in, and Isabel isn't finished yet. Isabel waited until almost twilight to unleash her strongest winds on Virginia Beach. They pounded the already beaten and recently restored shoreline, eating away at it at seemingly record speed. But what officials feared most were power outages and flooding. Turns out their instincts were right on target. More than 1 million people in the state have been without power since before nightfall, and those numbers are likely to increase.
I've got enough peanut butter to last a few days, so I mean, I don't really, I'm just more worried about my house.
Jeff McNeil sent his family to higher ground, determined to protect their home. Those residents who decided to stick around seemed surprised by Isabel's strength.
We're getting killed here. We are getting hammered.
While some of the damage that's been done, like pieces of the roof of our hotel and insulation from ripped up walls, was apparent way before the sun went down, it will likely be morning before state officials can tell exactly what this hurricane has done. It's going to be a long night. Sadly, we do have 1 fatality to report. A man was driving when he hydroplaned. He crashed and was killed in the accident. State emergency officials say there are several people who are stranded due to flooding. Search and rescue efforts are ongoing. In Virginia Beach, I'm Jennifer Donlin. Now, back to you.
All right, and Jeff Frizella joining us now. It sounds like the worst of this is going to happen while we're sleeping.
Most of it's going to happen overnight tonight and first thing tomorrow morning. It's probably not going to be very pretty for the rush hour tomorrow morning because the rain could be heavy at times tomorrow morning. On top of that, the rain will be wind-driven at times. And looks like most of the heavy activity will probably wrap up by noon tomorrow. Nonetheless, we're still under a flood watch in effect until 10 o'clock tomorrow night for the potential for those heavy downpours and the runoff that will continue even after the rain subside. And the wind advisory runs through noon tomorrow. Between now and then, look for sustained winds of 20 to 30 miles an hour. Outside right now on KDK's Storm Tracker, a swath of some pretty heavy rain just across the state line in Ohio. That is moving away from the region, but there are rains moving in from the south. In the Pittsburgh area, we're kind of in a dry slot right now, but it will be short-lived. Over the course of the next couple of hours, more sustained and steady rains will be working their way back toward the north. As we check out the day planner tomorrow, when you wake up, look for temperatures to run around 60 degrees with sustained and perhaps even heavy rain, which will run through about lunchtime tomorrow. It will be windy at times, 64 degrees. But after lunch, AccuWeather believes the steady, sustained rains will likely start to come to an end, and we'll see just a few scattered showers by late in the day with mostly cloudy skies and a high around 70 degrees. Today, our high temperature, 69, held in check by the cloud cover and the rain showers. 54 the low this morning. Averages run at 74 and 53. Cloudy skies right now at Pittsburgh International, 62, humidity 96%. Check out the winds, though, picking up out of the north at 17, gusting to 25. And those 17 to 25 mile-an-hour winds will be sustained overnight tonight, so you probably will hear some winds whistling through your windows. Barometric pressure continues to fall very quickly from 29.94, and the dew point checks in at 61. The big picture, you can see the massive size of this storm is covering the better part of about a dozen U.S. states with its cloud shield right now, which extends all the way back toward Indianapolis, all the way north into southern Canada, and on the southern fringe, it still extends back in through the Carolinas. Underneath, there's quite a bit of precipitation extending from around the Pittsburgh area back to the west toward Columbus and south across parts of West Virginia, and North Carolina. And here's a better look at the precipitation field. Again, we're in a bit of a break right now, but you can see the widespread nature of the rains just to the south, and these will start to lift to the north overnight tonight and right into tomorrow morning. Because of that, Localcast is projecting an extended period of some steady rains, heavy at times, through about midday tomorrow. Then by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the rain shield will start to lift toward the north and will break out with just a few scattered showers for the remainder of the afternoon. So Isabel's impacts in terms of rainfall for us, steady rain through Friday morning. The window of heavy rain will come overnight tonight, 2 o'clock through about 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. In terms of winds, right now they are beginning to pick up, and you'll see the wind field expand overnight tonight through noontime tomorrow. The legend on the bottom indicates sustained winds of about 20 to 30 miles an hour, and we could see some occasional wind gusts up to about 45 miles an hour. The good news is, again, the storm's moving quickly. It's going to get kicked out very quickly. Then by Saturday, a ridge of high pressure builds in with sunshine and dry weather for the rest of the weekend. So the forecast tonight, steady rain moves in, increasing wind with a low of 60. Tomorrow, AccuWeather says steady rain in the morning, tapers off in the afternoon. Quite windy, though, 70 degrees the high temperature. Then for tomorrow night, nothing more than an evening shower. Winds will lessen and some clearing late, 54 the low. So it looks like we should be in good shape for the high school football games. Then on Saturday and Sunday, sunshine returns, 72 and 75, 76 on Monday. And Tuesday, a few showers and 71 degrees. One final note, tomorrow night into Saturday, with the widespread nature of the rain, we're going to have to watch river levels because they could be rising, especially in the Mon and Yauk rivers, into Saturday morning, which could pose problems in terms of river flooding.
Okay. Thanks, Jeff.
Well, some pretty big Steeler news tonight has to do with Joey Porter.
That's right. Paul Alexander has that and more. That's all coming up in sports.
Tonight, Dave's got Chris Rock.
Go, do your thing.
Plus, the top 10 reasons the national crime rate is down.
Winona hasn't gone shopping for her fall wardrobe yet.
Tonight.
Owning the road just got a lot more affordable.
Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Visit your local Subaru dealer for financing as low as 2.9% APR.
The sale continues for one final weekend at Levin Furniture. Our best prices plus totally free financing till 2006. And for one final weekend, you can leave your checkbook and credit cards at home. Levin Furniture is waiving all down payment and minimum purchase requirements. For one final weekend, get Levin's lowest prices of the season, plus 0% interest till 2006, with no minimums and nothing down. And get great buys on all genuine Stearns & Foster mattresses through Monday at Levin.
After years of analyzing, refining, and perfecting, Lexus engineers had to face the most difficult challenge of all. Letting go. Introducing the new, more powerful ES330. At Lexus of North Hills and Rorick Lexus.
When Walmart opens a supercenter, you do not want to miss it. The first time I walked in the Walmart supercenter was wow. I love the produce, it's fresh, it's great. You get anything you like. Supercenter has it all. I love the meat. The beef is great. There's no place else I want to shop. Every time I come in, there's something new. You can get my son's school supplies, you can get bath accessories, cosmetics. I can save a lot of money in the Walmart supercenter. There's nothing more to want. Bigger carts. That's all.
Don't miss your new Walmart Supercenter grand opening in Delmont.
It is worth the trip.
The powerful Nissan Altima. It looks good on the coast. It looks good in the city. It looks good in the country. And with a special lease price of just $219 a month, imagine how good it'll look in your driveway. The stylish Nissan Altima, now $219 a month.
We're just getting in some new details on how Isabel is affecting Pennsylvania. Emergency officials in Bedford, Fulton, and Franklin counties are reporting trees down. Power companies around the state are preparing staging areas and stocking field crews with flashlights and rain gear. So far, about 275,000 people are without power. Most of those outages in the central and eastern parts of Pennsylvania.
And President Bush has issued a disaster declaration for Virginia, Maryland, and North Carolina. We have reports of at least 3 deaths, one in Maryland where floodwaters swept a car off the road, another fatal crash in Richmond, Virginia, and in North Carolina, a utility worker was electrocuted while trying to restore power.
All right, we'll take a break from the storm to talk sports. Steelers getting ready, and so is Pitt for this weekend.
That's
a big
right.
game for them.
Here's Paul Alexander. Paul?
Thank you, guys. Pitt fans probably had a pretty good game plan for tonight's storm. They had the chance to check out 2 of their better opponents go head-to-head tonight in Blacksburg, Virginia. Virginia Tech hosting the Aggies of Texas A&M. Must-see TV if you're a Panther fan. Isabel certainly had a presence. 7-3 Va Tech, second quarter. Quarterback Brian Randall to Jeff King. Touchdown, 14-3 Tech. 14-2 third quarter, 14-12. Kevin Jones, his second touchdown of the day. Jones, 188 yards, 3 scores on the night. Fourth quarter, 21-12. Watch the fake. McNeil has it on his hip. Up top to Tim Van Zant. Touchdown, 2-point game, 21-19. Oh, Tech had a big answer. 3rd and 9, Randall calls his own number. 13 yards and a touch. Hokies win 35-19. The recovery's been remarkable, and the same day Joey Porter was upgraded from questionable to probable. He also learned he'll start on Sunday against the Bengals. Hard to imagine after we got the news that he'd been shot over the Labor Day weekend in Denver. Regardless of what you think of the Pirates trading binge this season, there's no doubt Dave Littlefield pulled off quite a coup in that Todd Ritchie deal with the White Sox. The Pirates picked up their future ace in Kip Wells. Last 5 starts, Kipper's gone 4-1 with a 1.30 ERA. In his home starts this year, check this out. 2 earned runs or less in 11 of those. Josh Fogg hasn't been too shabby either. By the way, the Bucs shut out the Reds 7-0 this afternoon. When we come back, how did the weather affect the first round of the 84 Lumber Classic? We'll have that story when we come back.
The Hometown Sports Advantage is brought to you by Chrysler.
What do people see in the new Chrysler Pacifica?
I see a man who knows where he's going in the world.
I see a rear tailgate that acts like a second set of hands.
I see a vehicle that fits our lives.
Introducing the Chrysler Pacifica, well beyond the SUV. Now, very well-qualified buyers can get a 2004 base model Pacifica for $0 down and $319 a month.
At Roomful Express, we take the guesswork out of decorating with more than 100 name-brand, designer-coordinated roomfuls to choose from. In all the latest styles and fabrics, from soft chenilles to luxurious leathers. At Roomful Express, you always save by the piece and save even more by the roomful. Stop by today and see for yourself why we're the Roomful experts.
We put it all together and sell it for less at Roomful Express.
Now, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers. KDKA-TV News at 6. Plus, see the live Powerball drawing right here every Wednesday and Saturday at 11.
I know the restaurant business. I do not know insurance.
Our business has grown. My children have grown. We figured this would be a good time to reevaluate everything. Our Prudential agent made it easy.
She explained it to me in such a way that I felt totally comfortable. It's all on one piece of paper. You can see right where you stand.
You're going to walk away with peace of mind.
Why didn't I do this years ago?
In the Pittsburgh area, call toll-free 877-473-7305 for your free life insurance quote.
An imitation never lives up to the original, does it? The Accord EX V6 for 2004 from Honda.
Players with early tee times certainly had the advantage at this week's PGA Tour stop at Mystic Rock. The scores were good. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. There was definitely a presence, the foreshadowing of Isabel to come. This is Donnie Hammond for birdie on 14. Tough hole today. He rolls it in. He is a co-leader at 7 under par. There's the local favorite, Rocco Mediate, on 13. So I'd love to get my ball to do that on the green. Backs it up beautifully. Sets up a perfect opportunity for birdie. Oh, Rocco. Rocco's in the hunt at 4 under par.
Yeah, Billy, he said that the short putter.
If you see news happening, call 1-800-TV2-2222 or Star TV2 from your cell phone.
Why is Kenny Ross the best place to buy a used car?
Because Kenny's used cars are green pups.
And Kenny Ross is the #1 quality certified used vehicle dealer in Pennsylvania. Announcing the Kenny Ross Inventory Elimination Sell-Off. Right now, our used car and truck inventories are at an all-time high, so prices are at an all-time low. Hurry in now. Absolutely any reasonable offer will be accepted. Kenny Ross with 5 locations in Irwin, Somerset, Cranberry, and Castle Shannon.
We bought the house and the contents.
You should be careful.
Cold Creek Manor is a gripping, pulse-pounding suspense thriller with surprises around every corner.
Let's get out of here.
Dennis Quaid, Sharon Stone. Cold Creek Manor, rated R, starts tomorrow.
Anything you want, anything you need, anything at all, you got it. Anything you want, anything you need, anything you need, anything you want, anything at all, you got it.
What do you want from an airline?
A good flying experience at a good fare.
No problem.
Brand new planes.
Gotcha.
Just give me a low fare,
Check.
a seat assignment,
Check.
and get me there on time.
Check.
Would that be so hard?
Honestly? No. ATA, an honestly different airline. Now get special sale fares to Chicago Midway and more than 20 other destinations. Time's limited. Call ATA today.
Francis bought a house in Tuscany.
Last weekend, audiences fell in love with Under the Tuscan Sun. It's smart, sexy, and funny.
Good things can happen.